जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा। जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय श्री चैतन्य
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा।
जय श्री चैतन्य जय
जय अद्वैत
नित्यानंद
चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर
जय
भक्त
जय श्री
वृंद
चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा।
जय श्री चैतन्य जय
जय
नित्यानंद
अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर
श्री
भक्त
चैतन्य
वृंद
चरितामृत की जय।
जय
श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय।
जय
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय।
जय
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 8, the talks between Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya. So, we are reading that Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya sat in a secluded place to discuss Krishna Katha. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first of all asked a question. He asked, what is the ultimate goal of life? Please say this by quoting a shloka from the Shastras. So first Ramananda Rai said that following one's swadharma according to the varnashram dharma, performing one's duties according to varnashram dharma will produce Vishnu Bhakti. By properly following your varnashram dharma, you will get Vishnu Bhakti, which is the goal of life. So therefore, the highest goal is to perform your varnashram dharma. So then, so Mahaprabhu had said, quote a shloka. So in that context, Srila Ramananda Rai uh, quoted the verse from Vishnu Purana, Varnashramacharvata. That means by following the Varnashrama Dharma, you can, the Lord is pleased. What did Ramananda Rai say? That, uh, one second. Yeah. So the verse, not this one, the one before that. So the verse that Ramananda Rai quoted was Varnashramacharvata Purushena Parapuman Vishnur Aradhyate Pantha Nanyat Tattosha Karanam. So uh, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by the proper execution of prescribed duties in the system of Varna and Ashram. That means by performing your Varna Ashram Dharma, you are worshipping Lord Vishnu. There is no other way to satisfy the Supreme Lord. Other than this, there is no other way to satisfy the Supreme Lord. One must be situated in the institution of the four varnas and ashramas. That's what this verse from Vishnu Purana is saying. So, when Ramananda Rai quoted this verse, what did Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Eho bahya, huh? Aage kaho ar. This is external. Say something more than this. Go higher. So, what was the first one that Ramananda Rai said? If you're situated in the varnashram system and you perform your duties, that will give you Vishnu Bhakti. So, performing your duties in varnashram system is the highest goal. And he quoted the verse from Vishnu Puran, which says that you satisfy Lord Vishnu by performing your duties in the varnashram system, and by that, uh, so the Lord is not cannot be satisfied by anything else other than this. That is also said. Nanyat tattoshana karanam. There is no other cause, no other way to please him. Like that it is said. But Mahaprabhu is saying this is external. Say something higher. So then yesterday we saw uh, Ramananda Rai said, Karmarpanam to Lord Krishna. Hmm? Krishna Karmarpana Sarva Sadhyasar. The essence of all goals is to offer your karma to Lord Krishna. So first one was just be engaged in your occupational duty, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. When the Lord said say something higher, then he said, whatever karma you do according to your occupational duty, whatever you are doing, offer that to Lord Krishna. That is the highest. That is the essence of all goals. Hmm? Like this, it was said. So now let us see what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will say in answer to that. Actually, that's not all. After he said that, now he has to quote a verse, isn't it? Just like for the previous one, he quoted from Vishnu Purana. Now the verse that is quoted is from Bhagavad Gita. So Ramananda Rai says, Yat karoshi yad ashnasi yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Ramananda Rai continued, my dear son of Kunti. Okay, so Ramananda Rai continued means he is quoting this verse from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is speaking to Arjun. Krishna is saying, my dear son of Kunti, whatever you do, yat karoshi, whatever you do, karma, yat ashnasi, whatever you eat, hmm, whatever you offer in sacrifice, yat juhosi, means whatever you offer in sacrifice, and dadasi, yat dadasi, whatever dana, whatever charity you are giving, whatever you give in charity, and yat tapasyasi, whatever austerities you perform, all the results of such activity should be offered to me, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said. So what did Ramananda Rai say? The essence of all uh, goals is to offer your work to Lord Krishna. Saying this, he quotes this verse from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna himself is saying to Arjun, whatever work you do, whatever you eat, whatever you give in charity, whatever sacrifices you do, whatever austerities you perform, the result of all that. So you do your particular dharma. If you're a grihastha, you'll give in charity, right? And you'll be doing some tapasya. It doesn't matter. In various ashrams, you have various duties, and various varnas have various duties. Whatever duties you're performing, you do that. And by doing that, you'll get some result, isn't it? That result, you give it to me. You give it all to me. You don't take. You give all that result to me. Like that, Krishna is saying. Directly, Krishna is saying, offer it to me, O Arjuna. Purport. The Lord has said that the Varnashram Dharma is not properly executed in this age of Kali. Therefore, he ordered Ramananda Rai to go further into the matter. Ramananda replied with this verse from the Bhagavad Gita 9:27, which instructs that while remaining in the system of varnashram dharma, see, you have to carefully hear the words, the sentences. So you people sometimes they quote, see, Prabhupada is saying varnashram dharma is not properly executed in Kali Yuga. So if varnashram dharma is not properly executed in Kali Yuga means, is the instruction so just leave that varnashram dharma because it cannot be practiced, so just leave it? No, that's not what it means. See here. Uh, so therefore, the Lord said that varnashram dharma is not properly executed in the age of Kali. Therefore, he ordered Ramananda Rai to go further into the matter. So Ramananda Rai replied with the verse from Bhagavad Gita which instructs that while remaining in the system of varnashram dharma, one may offer the results of his activities to Lord Sri Krishna in loving service. This is just what we discussed yesterday, if you all remember. I showed you that diagram, you remember yesterday? Uh, I'll just show you one more time uh, while I'm speaking. That will help you understand. So, if you remember yesterday, we discussed there is three types of varnashrama. There is karmi varnashrama, then um, there is karmi varnashrama, there is impersonal varnashrama, and there is also daiva varnashrama. Three types of varnashrama here. So this is here will be karmi varnashrama, here will be impersonal varnashrama, here will be daiva varnashrama. So when first time when Ramananda Rai said you perform your varnashrama duty, it can mean anyone. So now he is specifically saying varnashrama where you are offering to Krishna. Why you are offering to Krishna? There is a goal here. You are offering to Krishna. Here also you are offering to the Lord. Of course, karmis they can even offer to demigods. Karmis can offer to demigods. Why? Because indirectly, right, when you offer to the demigods offer it to Lord Vishnu. It is not so indirectly when you perform sacrifice, it goes to Lord Vishnu. But that type of sacrifice the Lord does not recommend in Bhagavad Gita. Anyway, but they are also offering to the Lord, but in an indirect way. So here the point is uh, offering to Lord Krishna. mm, Here, Daiva Varnashram, they are offering to Lord Krishna. Why? With love. So they do their karma. And so what is being recommended here? Let's read the purport now. Ramananda Rai replied with this verse from Bhagavad Gita 9:27, which instructs that while remaining in the system of Varnashram Dharma, one may offer the results of his activities to Lord Sri Krishna in loving service. So that example also yesterday we saw about that fan, giving fan in the Brahmachari ashram. Why you are giving? Because it's just a burden in your house. You would rather have something better in the place that the fan is taking up. So that's why you're giving it. So there is no love there. You're just giving it. So like that, karma, offering can be done. You're getting rid of your karma by offering it to the Lord in the other case. But now when he says karma arpanam, here he means offer it to the Lord in loving service. So this is one step above. Naturally, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking Ramananda Rai about the execution of devotional service. He is not asking, the ultimate goal is not just to get liberation, to become free from material sufferings. That's not the ultimate highest goal. That's not the highest goal. Yes, by following Varnashram Dharma and if you do Nishkama Karma Yoga, by that, yes, you'll get liberation. But Ramananda Rai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking Ramananda Rai specifically about devotional service. So there simply doing Nishkama Karma is not sufficient. You have to offer it to the Lord with love. Karmarpanam done to Krishna with love. So, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking Ramananda Rai about the execution of devotional service. Ramananda Rai first enunciated the principle of varnashram dharma in consideration of materialistic people. It can be karmis or it can be, actually in those three regions when we said, once again I will show that picture to you. In this diagram, when you see this person 1, 2 and 3, right? These two people, even though they are also following varnashram and they are also offering their karma, still there is no love, there is selfishness. In that offering there is swartha, selfishness. Whereas here in the offering there is no selfishness, there is no swartha. When you offer to the Lord, you're offering it with love for the Lord's pleasure. When you love someone, you want to please that person, you're not expecting something from that person. You just want that person to be happy. You want to please that person, not because by pleasing him, he will give me something in return. That's not the motive. Whereas in these two cases, this karmi and this nishkama karma yoga, they are also offering, but their offering is done with some swartha, some selfish motive behind. Now, this behind it. This karmi is offering to the demigod. Why he is offering? Because he wants material result. Dhanam dehi, sukham dehi, right? So many things he wants. Nishkama karma yogi, he is also offering directly to the Lord, but there is also swartha. What is his swartha? I don't want material bondage, I want liberation. Material existence means there is miseries, right? Birth, death, old age, disease, adhyatmika, adidaivika, adibhautika miseries. I don't want miseries. So I want to become free from this. I want to transcend this material world. I want to get liberated. That is also swartha. So therefore, these two people are offering, but there is no love there. There is selfishness. Whereas in this case, when they offer, they are doing their karma according to varnashrama, and the result that they are getting, they are offering it to the Lord with love. Why? Because their goal itself is to develop love of Godhead. See this prema. Ultimately, you want to develop love of Krishna. So therefore, whatever they do, they try to do it to please the Lord, to develop that love for the Lord. Hmm? So naturally, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking Ramananda Rai about devotional service, the execution of devotional service. Ramananda Rai first enunciated the principle of Varnashram Dharma in consideration of materialistic people who have some swartha, some selfish motive. So he just said Varnashram Dharma, but in, in consideration of materialistic people. However, this conception is not transcendental. Never, even though you're offering it to the Lord, still you're offering it to get some material result. That is not, you know, even though you can call it, like if you remember, I was telling you about Aropa Siddha Bhakti, right? Aropa Siddha means because of offering to the Lord, it is becoming bhakti by Aropa. It's becoming, but actually, if you look at it, there is cheating propensity there. So, therefore, that offering is, you cannot call it devotional service, right? It is simply claimed to be bhakti, but actually that bhaktitvam, because there is selfish motive there. So here it is said that this conception is not transcendental. Which conception? I will offer it to the Lord and I will get some material result in return. So that is not transcendental. As long as one is in the material world, he must follow the principles of varnashram dharma. But devotional service is transcendental. The system of varnashram dharma refers to the three modes of material nature, but transcendental devotional service is on the absolute platform. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu belongs to the spiritual world. So here what it means is that system of varnashram dharma refers to the three modes, means this varnashrama system is like a bridge. Certainly, it is meant for those who are still under the modes. those who are still in the bodily concept of life, who are identifying themselves with the body. Varnashram system is meant for them. But by following this method, they want to come to the other side of the bridge. What is the other side? They want to enter into pure devotional service. So, either pure devotional service, or you want to get liberation, or even if you are karmi, everyone, if you are a human being, you have to follow Varnashram Dharma. You have to follow Varnashram Dharma. But within that, also, the highest is when you are following Varnashram Dharma with the goal of achieving pure devotional service. That is the highest. So Mahaprabhu was not satisfied that, oh, you'll follow Varnashram Dharma. He was not satisfied. So when you're offering it to Krishna with love, you're still doing your Varnashram Dharma, but the results are being offered to Krishna with love. Now there is devotional service. Okay. So that's why now Ramananda Rai says karma arpanam to Krishna. That is the essence of all goals. The system of Varnashram Dharma refers to the three modes of material nature, but transcendental devotional service is on the absolute platform. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu belongs to the spiritual world, and his methods for propagating the Sankirtan movement are also imported from the spiritual world. Uh, The method of propagating, spreading this Sankirtan movement, that method is also coming from the spiritual world. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has sung Golokera Premadhana, Harinama Sankirtana, Ratina Janmilo Kene Tai. Golokera Premadhana, Harinama Sankirtana, Rati Na Janmilo Kene Tai. Right? Why you are not
Yeah.
getting, why Rati is not taking birth towards that, which is coming from Golok Vrindavan Dham. This states that the Sankirtan movement has nothing to do with this material world. It is imported from the spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan. Narottam Das Thakur laments that mundane people, Narottam Das Thakur laments that mundane people do not take this Sankirtan movement seriously. Hmm? So, yesterday also, recently we read that unless you are on the transcendental platform, you cannot appreciate devotional service. Someone who is on the material platform, he is not able to understand fully the glory of devotional service. So here also same point is being said that uh, yeah, Narottam Das Thakur is saying that mundane people do not take this Sankirtan movement seriously. Considering the position of devotional service and the Sankirtan movement, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu deemed the system of Varnashram to be material. So relatively, if you are considering the position of devotional service and Sankirtan movement, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu deemed the system of Varnashram Dharma to be material, although it aims at elevation to the spiritual platform. What we will see here in this conversation between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai is gradually they'll go higher and higher and higher and higher levels of spiritual goals, transcendental goals. You go to the highest level. So Mahaprabhu uh, inspires, encourages Ramananda Rai to go even higher, go even higher, go even higher. So he started off with Varnashram Dharma. It's just like depending on your level, you will be placed in that grade. There is first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, like that. And there's 10th grade, and then there's college, and there is post grad also. But depends on where you are. Which grade do you fit in according to your level? You have to fit into that grade. Of course, that's the highest. But for you to get admission into a graduate school, you should have the qualification to go there, isn't it? But now what we are seeing is what are the various grades, what are the various levels we are seeing. So compared to second grade, what will the first, and if you're comparing with the graduate level, first grade is certainly inferior, isn't it? So Mahaprabhu is saying go higher. So relatively, the point is, compared to devotional service, pure devotional service, then varnashram dharma is material, although it aims at elevation to spiritual platform. So now that doesn't mean you just reject varnashram dharma now. Varnashram dharma is also aiming at spiritual elevation. The purpose of varnashram dharma is to lift us from the material platform and bring us to the spiritual platform. So that should not be, but still, if you compare it with pure devotional service, of course, this is on the material platform. Varnashram dharma is meant for those who are still in the bodily identification. If you come out of sarvopadi vinirmuktam, you don't have any upadhis of this body, you don't identify with this body, you don't need any varnashram system. But the fact is, who is out of bodily consciousness in this world? How many people? Majority of us are in the bodily consciousness only. So varnashram system is applicable to us. Okay. But if you talk about pure devotees, do they need varnashram system for them? No, they're already beyond that. So Mahaprabhu is saying, considering the position of devotional service and Sankirtan movement, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu deemed the system of varnashram dharma to be material, although it aims at elevation to the spiritual platform. However, the Sankirtan movement can raise one immediately to the spiritual platform. What is Sankirtan? Sankirtan means this
Chanting.
Shravanam Kirtanam. Yes, Shravanam Kirtanam. And how that Shravanam Kirtanam should be done? See, you have to put everything in place. You cannot, when there is a definition, you have to consider the entire definition. You cannot just take one aspect and leave the others behind. Yes, Sankirtan movement if you're, is sufficient to deliver you. In Sankirtan movement, what should you do? The example is set by,
Chanting.
yeah, look at all our acharyas, look at the Goswamis. They've given us the books. How many rounds were they chanting? Raghunath Das Goswami and, Rupa Goswami.
Chanting.
Thousands and thousands of, names they were not thousands actually, lakhs, hundreds of thousands of names they were chanting each day. So many thousands of obeisances they were offering. Hmm? So, and Namacharya Haridas Thakur. The definition is 24 by 7, you have to do direct devotional service. That is there. So, if you're doing Sankirtan, yes, you go out and you're distributing books. That is direct devotional service. That is Sakshat Bhakti. Are you doing that? Question is, are you doing that? When Srila Prabhupada engaged the devotees, he engaged them like that. Every day they would go out. So that's the point. He actually did that. He would send all the devotees out. Either you do Harinam Sankirtan or you go Harinam, go and Harinam Kirtan you do, or you go on book distribution, or you're in the temple, you worship the deities. There's no question of simply, sitting and chit chatting or watching movies or going to restaurant. No, no, none of this. So, like that. So, there are grades. We have to understand Taratamyam. We have to see the difference. What is this? What is that? Everything has its own place. So, coming back to the purport here. However, the Sankirtan movement can raise one immediately to the spiritual platform. Yes, you do that. You do that. If you're doing that, that's wonderful. That's the whole purpose of Varnashram Dharma. Varnashram Dharma is meant to bring us to this platform where we can simply do Sankirtan. That is direct devotional service. You do only Sankirtan 24 by 7. You don't need any Varnashram Dharma. So, however, the Sankirtan movement can raise one immediately to the spiritual platform. Consequently, it is said that Varnashram Dharma is external, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Ramananda Raya to proceed deeper into the matter and uncover the spiritual platform. Just one more point I want to tell you here. Varnashram Dharma means it is, you're doing karma. Karma means it is work which is performed with bodily identification. You identify yourself as, as a Brahmana, as a Kshatriya, as a Vaishya, and then because I'm a Brahmana, this is my duty. I must do my dharma. This is karma. Doing karma and offering that to the Lord is also one type of bhakti. No, there is no, denying that. Absolutely. You do your karma, you work, and the money that you get, with that you offer to the Lord. Just now, what Ramananda Rai said, karmarpanam. And that offering also you will do with love. Wonderful. That is devotional service. But still, if you are comparing the with doing karma and offering versus doing sakshat bhakti. Sakshat bhakti means that activity is devotional service in and itself. That activity itself is devotional service. It does not matter whether you know it or not. For example, chanting Krishna's names. Unknowingly also, if anyone chants, he is doing devotional service even without knowing. Why? Because that activity is in direct connection with Krishna. Krishna's name and Krishna are non-different. As soon as you are chanting, you are in direct touch with Krishna. You cannot say that about karma. When you are doing work, while doing work, that work is not connecting you with Krishna directly. After doing the work, when you get the result, when you offer the result to the Lord, then you are getting connection with Krishna.
Yeah.
But what about when you are working? At that time, you are not in connection with Krishna. So, doing work and offering to Krishna, that offering makes that work also devotional service. Okay? Because the result is offered, then the work that you did to get that result, that work is also counted as bhakti. Okay? The work that you do, that work is called the karma that you do, that karma is also called bhakti. When you offer the result of that karma to Krishna. But this karma which you are offering to Krishna, the karma which is becoming bhakti, is not equal to direct devotional service. Chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, both are not equal. This is a lower level of bhakti. That is a higher level of bhakti. Doing direct devotional service to Krishna is superior. This is for the beginners. Those who are very much attached to their karma, they identify themselves with that body. Somehow or other, you have to connect them with Krishna. For them, छूट देते हैं, right? They give discount. Yes, it's fine. Whatever you do, you offer to Krishna. Why? To connect that person with Krishna somehow or other. It is said you do it for beginners only. Now, just like when you go to school, you are in kindergarten. So when you're in kindergarten, you know how it is, preschool, right? Play and singing, candies and everything. You have fun and you come home. Very nice. Now you cannot remain in kindergarten all your life studying in kindergarten. You have to go higher and higher and higher and higher, isn't it? So similarly, when you are new, then yes, it is said you offer whatever you work, you do karma, whatever karma. Karma also, whatever karma you do, you offer, it is said. You offer. Recommended. You offer whatever karma, whether Vedic karma or whatever karma, jobs, whatever you're doing, offer it. But don't remain there only. Now go higher and higher and higher. Ultimately, the Navayogendras say, after saying initially, one of them says you offer any karma, you just offer. Bhakti is so merciful, is so liberal, right? You offer. And finally they say, but the recommendation is you offer only Vedokta karma, that karma which is recommended in the Vedas, that you should do. If you ask for what is recommended, you do Vedokta karma. Don't do Vikarma. But initially, anything you do, you offer. Why? Why that discount is given? To connect you with the Lord somehow or other. So similarly, Karma Arpanam also, even if you're doing Vedic karma, you offer to the Lord, that is also bhakti. But that is initial. Actually, from there you are expected to come to doing, reduce your karma. The time that you're spending in doing karma, You cut it down and you change it to direct devotional service. Direct devotional service means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Sparanam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam, and there are other limbs also. 64 limbs are given in Bhaktirasamrita Sindhu. So you increase those activities in life, in your day, increase that. So you have 24 hours, you minimize your activities of karma and you spend more time in doing sakshat bhakti, hearing, shravanam, kirtanam, you increase more and more. That's the recommendation. So therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is here saying that relatively varnashrama is, it is inferior. Consequently, it is said that varnashrama dharma is external, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Ramananda Rai to proceed deeper into the matter and uncover the spiritual platform. Okay, so don't just stop here, you go deeper. Okay, this is okay, but this is external. Go deeper. I want to hear about devotional service. Sometimes materialists consider Lord Vishnu a material conception. Materialists consider Lord Vishnu a material conception. You know who does this? Mayavadis. Mayavadi means what? Why they are called Mayavadi? Mayavadi
Yeah, my
because they say that Lord Vishnu's body is made of Maya. Anyone who thinks like that, that the Maya means what? Maya has Vidya and Avidya components. Vidya means it's made of goodness. Avidya means it's made of passion and ignorance. Shankaracharya's philosophy is, Shariraka Bhasha philosophy is, that the body of the living entities is made of passion and ignorance. It's made of avidya. And the body of Lord Vishnu is superior to the living entities because it is made of goodness. Nevertheless, goodness, passion, ignorance, all three are material. And when you become liberated, all material you have to leave behind. Ultimately, there is only Brahman. So Vishnu also has to give up his body, material body here. You and I also have to leave our material bodies here. In the final issue, there is only one Brahman. There is no variety. There is no Vindhyavali Mataji, there is no Vatsala Mataji, there is no Parima Mataji, no Arcanabhakti Mataji, no Jayalakshmi Mataji. Ultimately, there is only one, only just Brahman. No Lord Vishnu, no Lord Krishna, nobody. This is called Mayavad philosophy because this is an offense. The Lord Sachidananda Vigraha, transcendental body, they are saying is made of Maya because Vidya is also Maya, component of Maya. They're saying the Lord's body is made of Maya, that's why they're called Mayavadis. So here it is said, sometimes materialists consider Lord Vishnu a material conception like this, made of goodness. So even the Mayavadis are called materialists. See, sometimes material because Mayavadi means they're they're saying the Lord's body is made of matter, right? So they're materialists. So sometimes materialists consider Lord Vishnu a material conception. Impersonalists think that above Lord Vishnu is the impersonal Brahman. The impersonalists misunderstand the worship of Lord Vishnu. They worship Lord Vishnu to merge into his body. In order that Vishnu aradhana not be misunderstood, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested that Sri Ramananda Rai proceed further and clear up the issue. So why Mahaprabhu is saying go further? In order that Vishnu Aradhana not be misunderstood. Because what did Ramananda Rai say? You do your dharma, varnasrama dharma. If he had stopped at that, so what happens in varnasrama dharma? They worship Lord Vishnu. Varnasrama dharma is for those who are in the material consciousness, on the bodily consciousness. So there you're not seeing the transcendence of Lord Vishnu. So the impersonalists also follow Varnashram Dharma. But their idea is what? They worship Lord Vishnu. How they worship Lord Vishnu? Nishkam Karma Yoga means what? You do karma and you offer it to Lord Vishnu. Yagyarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Right? You do karma and offer. Yagya means what? Offering to Lord Vishnu. So on one hand, they're worshipping Lord Vishnu, and on the other hand, they want to go and merge into Brahman. What does this mean? What does this mean? That means Brahman is superior to Lord Vishnu. Vishnu's body is
Yes.
material, but Brahman is eternal. Vishnu's body is temporary. But because I have to get rid of my karma now, so I will offer it to Lord Vishnu. So to remove this misconception, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Aage kaho aar, say more than this. This is not enough. Say something higher, like that. Hmm. So in order that Vishnu Aradhana not be misunderstood, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested that Sri Ramananda Rai proceed further and clear up the issue. Ramananda Rai quoted the verse from the Bhagavad Gita stating that the results of one's occupational duty may be offered to Lord Vishnu or Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam 1-8, it is also said, Dharma svanushtitah pumsam vishwaksena katha suyaha notpadayed yadiratim shrama eva hi kevalam. See, dharma swanushtitah pumsam. Swanushtitah means your swadharma, right? The work which is prescribed to you according to your swabhava. That means varnashram dharma. Pumsam means men. So, whatever dharma is prescribed for men according to their swabhava, by that work, that means whether you're doing Brahmana's work, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra's work, Stri Dharma, whatever you're doing, by that work, what is supposed to happen? Vishwaksena katha. So, yaha utpadayed yadi ratim. That means by doing your dharma, that dharma should produce a taste for Krishna Katha in you. If by doing your dharma, you're not developing a taste to hear Krishna Katha, then that type of dharma, that type of work you're doing is shrama eva hi kevalam. It is simply useless labor. Shrama, hard work you're doing, but it's only all you get at the end of all that work is your hard labor. You're not getting any other result. So when you work, the result should be you should get rati, you should get attraction for Vishwaksena Katha. You should get attraction for Krishna Katha. That is the real result of performing your duty in Varnashram Dharma. So that point has to be made. If you simply say you do your Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya duties, what is Bhagavatam saying? You do Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya duties, but you're not developing any love for the Lord, then that your duty is waste of time. If this point is not said, then people will say, yeah, I'm doing my Brahmana duty, this is the highest goal. My Kshatriya duty, this is the highest goal in life. Then what is the role of the Supreme Lord? Where is bhakti? What is the highest goal? How they will understand? So therefore Mahaprabhu is saying, no, no, go higher. That's the point, why he said go higher. So when he said go higher, then what did Ramananda Rai say? You have to offer it to Lord Krishna. Krishna, why he said Lord Krishna? Because he's quoting from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is personally saying, you offer to me. So you should take either Krishna or Lord Vishnu. You can offer. Bhagavan, it has to be offered to Bhagavan, and that too with love. Daiva Varnashram. Right? You offer it to the Lord with love. As soon as you are offering with love, now there is bhakti. Now you will develop Katha Ruchi. Vasudeva Katha Ruchi will develop. Okay, so if one executes the occupational duties of Varnashram Dharma but does not cultivate his dormant Krishna consciousness, his activities are futile. That's the point, right? By doing your Varnashram Dharma, if you are not developing your Krishna consciousness, then your Dharma is simply useless waste of time. His occupation simply becomes unnecessary labor. That's the point. So now I can take any questions or comments before we end the class. Mataji, you had some Vindhyavali Mataji.
Yeah, my question is, you're saying that, when we do some work, just Krishna, devote to Krishna. Is that right?
Offer
Karma.
it to
When we do
Krishna.
karma,
You
we
offer
have to
it to the
devote
Lord.
to offering to Krishna.
Yes.
But my question is, suppose if we are doing this karma, so if we are doing karma, whether it is good karma or bad karma, if we are offering to, we have to be very cautious about that. Suppose I do some bad thing. I say I am offering to God. That won't work. Swakarma we have to do, is it right? My question is.
Yes. Yes, Mataji. So the point is, you're right. That's the actual recommendation. Actual recommendation is you should do Vedokta karma. Karma which is prescribed by Vedas only you should do. And Vedas will prescribe karma according to your Swabhava. So you'll do your Swadharma. Whatever is prescribed in Vedas, first you should do that work and then you should offer to the Lord. But, what about those who have bad swabhava because
Yeah.
of their past
Mhm.
impressions? They have a swabhava which impels them to do sinful activities, which impels them to do vikarma activities which are against scripture. What should they do? If you say
Mhm.
no, you cannot offer because this is bad, what will happen to them? They're
They won't
disconnected.
offer at all.
They won't offer and they'll go to hell.
That's true.
So the Lord is so liberal, the Shastras are so liberal. They are saying it's okay. Everything you offer, whatever you're doing, you just offer it to the Lord. Why? Doing vikarma and not offering is worse than doing vikarma and offering. Doing
Okay.
vikarma and offering is not the highest, but doing vikarma and not even offering to the Lord is worst situation. At least offer it. But higher than that will be you do your swadharma as prescribed in the scriptures and then offer it. Because if you say you cannot offer, that person is lost. What hope does that person have? So let him offer. But the important thing is when he is offering, what should be his consciousness? That
Ah,
Dauratmya, Duratma Buddhi should not be there. While offering, let's say he wants to be a devotee, but he is doing vikarma because of circumstances. Either he is doing because of, uh, basically, he is doing because he has that type of nature which is impelling him to do vikarma.
mhm.
You can say in our, like every day, almost every day, we get this question, that what to do. This is Kali Yuga. We are in such a situation. We would like to go, but we are not able. So it's a helpless condition. So
Yes,
here also, so should we offer or not? We are doing some work, and no work is completely free from any fault. There is faults. And here you don't even know. You may be doing a simple job, but that company may be involved in animal slaughter, so many things you don't know. Even the, things that you use, the cars that you're driving, the things that they used inside, that may be involving so much of animal slaughter.
that's
Who knows?
mhm.
Who knows what? We all know. So much karma is involved there. Now, what should we do? Because we are involved in that, so we don't offer to the Lord. Offer it, it is said. But while offering, if you think, I don't have any other option, so I'm just going to do this, and this is fine. Shastras are saying we can offer anything. I'll just continue in this lifestyle all my life and I'll just keep offering. Varnashram system, this is not possible in Kali Yuga, so forget all that. We'll just continue. If you do this, if this is your
Mm.
consciousness, what
Yeah,
is going to happen is your heart will become very hard.
hard.
Your heart won't become soft. It'll become very hard. And in a hard heart, the seed of bhakti won't sprout, it won't grow, it'll
Proud.
be choked up. Heart has to be really soft for bhakti to nicely flourish there, the seed of bhakti to grow. But if you have this type of attitude, consciousness, when you're offering, doing, vikarma and offering to the Lord and not even repenting for it, then you won't progress in bhakti. That's the thing. You won't progress in bhakti because your heart becomes very hard. So, what should be his consciousness? His consciousness is, first of all, he should feel very heinous about himself. that I have done, something which is not prescribed by Vedas, and I'm not able to overcome this, right? So he'll feel heinous about himself, very helpless condition. And then he'll pray in front of the Lord, my Lord, please, uh, you know,
Forgive me.
this is beyond my, ability
Control.
to overcome this. Please, I beg you, to be, um, I want to come out of this. Your intention is I want to come out of this. Please help me to come out of this. I don't want to do this, but I'm so helpless, right? So, dukho darkan hi garhayan, right? Like that. So he feels very, very sorry about it, and he repents like anything, and he bows down in front of the Lord. That type of attitude, if you have, yes, and you're offering, then that is accepted. Okay? I'll take Vatsala Mataji.
That's
Yes,
good.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Vatsala Mataji.
Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances.
Please
Glories
accept
to
my
Srila
humble
Prabhupada.
obeisances, Mataji. All glories to
Hare
Srila
Krishna
Prabhupada.
Mataji, yes. How do I know what is my Swadharma?
Ah, very nice. So, in general, for anyone to know Swadharma, it has to be identified by the Guru.
Mm,
So, the system is children, boys, they go to Gurukul, and the Guru is trained to identify the Swabhava. Uh, just like 2 3 days ago, we discussed this. Just
mm,
like, when you go to a doctor, the doctor is trained to identify the symptoms. Based on the symptoms, he can diagnose this is the disease. Like
mm,
that, Guru is trained to identify the nature from his behavior, from the activities of the student. He'll watch and he can identify, oh, this student's Swabhava is he's a Brahmana, he's a Kshatriya, he's a Vaishya, and then he will train that person accordingly. But presently, in the current situation in this world, how, right, we
mm,
have gone far away from that varnashram system in for so many decades. Very We saw in Shastra Pramana course how purposely, right,
mm,
they have removed this Vedic education from our syllabus in schools. So we've been separated away from our mother, the Vedas, and the whole system is disrupted. So now, how to know what is my swadharma, and then how to carry out my duties? So for that, the roadmap given by Srila Prabhupada is we need varnashrama colleges. Varnashrama college is for adults, for grown-ups.
mm,
Gurukula is for young boys. Varnashrama college is for grown-ups. So there in Varnashrama college, we have to start Varnashram college. There is no Varnashram college. The way they started all these universities and colleges outside, now we devotees have to start Varnashrama college. What happens in Varnashrama college is there will be teachers. Who will be teachers? You and I, all of us. But for us to become teachers, first we have to educate ourselves, right? So we have
mm,
to educate. So this is not a short term activity. It will take, but we have to start going in that direction. Then, when we open such Varnashrama colleges, then people from outside, not just devotees, even people from outside will come to study there, and then their Varna must be identified, and according to their Varna, they should be trained about duties to be performed by that Varna. That is the system, and that's how, once again, this Varnashram system should be brought back into society. That is the way to do it. And for women, because even if you see in Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, Narad Muni is talking about the duties of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, but for women he gives a separate category. Duties
mm,
of women are separate. That means women, whether the women are wife or daughter of a Brahmana or Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra, it doesn't matter. She will have
mm,
those duties for a woman. So therefore, for us it is easy. What is my Varna? I am a woman. So our
mm,
duties we will know. So basically, for women, their dharma is to be faithful to their husbands.
mm,
By doing that dharma, they will also get self realization simply by carrying out their dharma. Just like a Brahmana doing his duty, Shudra doing his duty in the mode of goodness, they will be able to realize that I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. A woman also, simply by being a chaste wife, doing her particular dharma, she can also realize I am not this body, I am a spirit soul.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Another question. In the diagram on the lower left bottom, you said something starts with the A. I didn't get that full version of it.
Which
yeah,
one,
on the left
Mataji?
side, on top
NKY?
of the Ana something. Ana
Nishkama
something.
karma.
Antahkarana. Antahkarana
Antakarana.
Shuddhi. Antakarna Shuddhi, and in brackets I wrote Atma Sakshatkara.
Oh, okay. I couldn't read it correctly, sir.
Yes, so what happens here is, so I'll
Mm.
just tell you quickly. This is a karmi. Karmi means who's just working and earning money, and with that he is using it for his sense gratification. That is a karmi. Okay. So this karmi, he will go on like this forever until he comes in the association of a sadhu. Sadhu can be either a jnani sadhu or a bhakta sadhu. So here in this diagram, the left side is the path of jnana, jnana marga. Right side is bhakti marga. Okay, the goal of jnana marga is this nirguna brahma prapti. That means you go and merge into Brahman. This is the goal of jnana marga. And the goal of bhakti marga is you will go back to Godhead. Saguna Brahma means Bhagwan, either Bhagwan or Paramatma. So now for this karmi, first step is he gets the association of either a jnani sadhu or a bhakta sadhu. Now who will decide what type of association he gets? The sadhu only will decide. He cannot decide because he gets association by the mercy of sadhu. So when he gets that association, he then if he gets the association of a jnani sadhu, what the jnani sadhu will tell him, my dear friend, all this time you have been working, but you've been working for getting some material result and you wanted to enjoy. But your identity is you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. So you continue working, but work without attachment to the results. Work without association with the modes. That means whether there is happiness or distress, without tolerating pains and pleasures, you stick to your duty and the results you offer to Bhagavan. By doing this, your heart will be purified. Antahkarana Shuddhi will happen. When your heart is purified from the modes of passion and ignorance, you will come to the mode of goodness. So you continue working. So now this person will start working. That's called Nishkama Karma Yoga. He's still doing karma, but he's working in the mode of goodness. And the result, all the result is offering to Bhagavan. So when one works like this, gradually his heart starts becoming purified, and when it is purified sufficiently, that means when he gets antahakarana shuddhi, then he will see, I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. He will actually realize that. At that stage, now he can give up all karma. This is called karma sannyas. He'll give up karma, he'll give up family life, and he'll take sannyas. He'll go into enter into the jnana marga. And in jnana marga, there are steps. He will be approaching a guru, a tattvadarshi guru, and sitting under him, he will be studying Upanishads while simultaneously practicing some jnana sadhanas. He will also be practicing some bhakti, and by doing this, he will realize Brahman. And then after realizing Brahman, with the help, he'll give up that jnana also, and ultimately with the little bhakti which he did, with the help of that bhakti, he will go and merge into Brahman. This is the path of the jnanis.
Is it he is like Prabhupada?
No, Mataji, this is jnana marga. Prabhupada means they are bhakti, Shuddha
Right
bhaktas,
side,
this
bhakti.
right side, yeah,
Okay.
like that. So
Okay.
Vatsala
And where
Mataji,
do we get the Brahmavadis then? I mean, they do have
this
some
is
kind of, because we are talking only about jnana and bhakti. So where
jnana
do
is
they fit in
Brahmavadi
this?
only. Jnana means Brahmavadi only, not Mayavadi. Brahmavadi
Oh,
only. Yes,
okay.
yes, Mataji.
All right. Okay, Mataji. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sure. Jai Lakshmi
Appreciate.
Mataji. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Mataji, unmute Mataji. Jai Lakshmi Mataji.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
Yes, Mataji.
మాతాజీ ఆరోప సిద్ధ భక్తి గురించి చెప్పరా ఒకసారి?
Okay. Mataji is asking about Aropa Siddha Bhakti. So Aropa Siddha Bhakti means
మాతాజీ తెలుగులో చెప్పండి నేను
Telugulo చెప్పమంటారా? Okay. I will tell in Telugu and then I will translate it. Aropa Siddha Bhakti ante what I can do, Mataji, maybe I can
Yeah, tell us
privately in
separately.
your phone. Yeah, in phone మీకు నేను తెలుగులో ఫోన్లో చెప్తాను, మెసేజ్ పెడతాను. And to everyone, I will explain in English. Okay, Mataji, because they won't understand if I tell in Telugu, they won't. I will send you message. I will record and I'll send.
ఓకే మాతాజీ
నాకు కూడా పంపించండి.
Sorry. So,
You can understand English. You have no problem in anything.
Okay. So Mataji is asking what is Aropa Siddha Bhakti? Can you please explain? So Aropa Siddha Bhakti, actually by nature, it is karma. Karma Adi Rupa. That means it is not direct devotional service. It is karma, just like working, right? Either you're doing work as a Brahmana or you're plowing in the field, farming, right? Or as a Kshatriya fighting in the battlefield. Some type of karma. But that karma, when it is, so karma, does it have bhaktitvam in it? There is no bhaktitvam in karma. But when the karma is offered to the Lord, how you offer karma to the Lord? After you get the result of karma, you can offer. Or while doing the karma, at the time of doing the karma itself, you can say, Krishnarpanam, Narayanarpanam, this work that I'm doing, I'm offering. That also you can do. So by offering that karma to the Lord, because of that connection with the Lord, by offering, now that karma will achieve bhaktitvam.
Yeah.
Originally, it does not have bhakti. But because of offering, now it gets bhaktitvam and it is known as bhakti. This type of bhakti is called Aropa Siddha Bhakti. సో మీకు ఒకవేళ అర్థం కాకపోతే నేను ఫోన్లో మళ్ళీ మెసేజ్ తెలుగులో చెప్తా మాతాజీ. ఓకే
మాతాజీ నేను ఇంతకు ముందు ఏమర్థం చేసుకున్నానంటే ఆ ఆరోప సిద్ధ భక్తి అంటే ప్రభుజీ చెప్పిన దాన్ని బట్టి ఆ ఇప్పుడు కర్మలు చేస్తాము, వాళ్ళు భక్తి ఉన్నా భక్తి లేకపోయినా కూడా భగవంతుడికి సమర్పిస్తే దాన్ని ఆరోప సిద్ధ భక్తి అని అంటారు అని చెప్పినారు. మీరు అంటే ఆ భక్తితో సమర్పిస్తే అని అనిపించింది నాకు, అందుకోసమని అడిగాను.
సో within the Aropa Siddha Bhakti also there are types.
Okay, Mataji.
There are types. So in Aropa Siddha Bhakti again there are 3 types. So actually these details now next we are doing Bhakti Prakara course. In that all these details will come. Further details will come. But in short I am telling you, Aropa Siddha Bhakti means karma which is offered to Bhagavan, that's all. In that also, yesterday or day before yesterday, I told you there is akaitava, sakaitava. Yesterday.
Okay.
Akaitava means there is no cheating. Sakaitava means there is cheating. What is cheating? In Sakaitava, what is the cheating when you're offering? You're offering with some expectation in return. What is your expectation? Material expectation.
Yeah.
It's called Sakama Aropa Siddha Bhakti. Sakama means I'm offering it to the Lord, knowing that by offering now I will get 10 times more in return. That's one. Or the other thing is like Gyanis. I'm offering it to the Lord because if I don't offer it, I will get bondage. I don't want bondage. I'll just go and offer it to him so I'll become free. There also there is some swartha. So that is Sakaitava. Sakaitava Aropa Siddha Bhakti. Akaitava means Bhakti Matra Kama. That means when I'm offering, why I'm offering? I'm offering to get bhakti. I want to become a devotee, Shuddha Bhakta of the Lord. For that I'm offering with love. So within this also there are categories. In Aropa Siddha Bhakti also there are categories. So Ramananda Raya first time when he said, you do your particular duty, he said, right? But second, he said, that duty you do, you offer it to the Lord. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying that offering also you have to do for bhakti. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's purpose. He's asking, there has to be bhakti. So what are we interested in? Aropa Siddha Bhakti, Bhakti Matra Kama Aropa Siddha Bhakti. That means you're offering it to the Lord with the goal of developing love for the Lord, with the goal of pleasing the Lord. Sarena? Ardhamainda?
థ్యాంక్ యూ మాతాజీ. నేను ఒకటే అనుకున్నా
Parvaledu,
కదా,
no problem.
వినలేక.
Yeah.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మాతాజీ.
So
సారీ
others
మాతాజీ,
also,
మిమ్మల్ని
no,
కొంచెం.
no, it's fine. So others also understood, right? If you didn't understand what I said, then you can ask. Parima Mataji, next.
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for this wonderful class, Mataji. I had this one thing that isn't Mayavad or the
Brahma.
philosophy of Sankaracharya very close to Buddhism?
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
it is close
Except
to
for the
Buddhism.
Brahma concept, because I mean, I initially, I will not take names, but I was going to a particular organization where they were only preaching that philosophy and that, and at the same time I was going to ISKCON also. So I always wanted to put some earplugs in my ears when I would sit there
Yes.
because everything, it was so dry first of all, and then they would say that Jiva and Brahma, they are the same.
Yes.
There is
Yes.
no difference. Once you realize yourself, you are Brahma.
Yes.
You are Brahman.
Yeah.
Because it's like a pot. Once you
Right.
break the pot, it is all basically the inner Akash and the outer Akash is the same. That's
Ghatakash,
the philosophy.
Patakash, yes.
And the second thing they were, I mean, I don't know. I've heard, I'm not saying that's what we should do. They say that bhakti is a boat.
Ah.
Once you cross the ocean, why do you need the boat? Yeah, this, I mean, I'm giving you what probably some Mayavadi would ask you. So I'm not saying that I mean, I accept that, but this
Yeah.
is what, this is the idea, the way they are kind of saying. And once the drop goes into the ocean, the drop becomes the ocean. How can you
Yeah.
say that the drop is the drop and the ocean is the ocean?
But the fact is, drop is still drop. It is
Drop
not
is still drop.
ocean. And also
Yes.
like, so for that, the Vaishnava Acharya's explanation is it's like a green bird going into a tree. Everything looks green, but the bird is bird and the tree is
Yeah,
tree.
the tree is tree. Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
this is, I mean, this is the way it is. I mean, I'm just
presented by
saying,
them.
yeah,
Yes.
presented by them.
Yes,
And
Mataji.
there's one more thing I wanted to say is that, you know, when you said about the varnashram, we should have the colleges or varnashram. But Mataji, is it possible that a son of a Brahmana need not be a Brahmana? He might not be qualified to be a Brahmana, or he can be given something else other than a Brahminical duty.
Absolutely, absolutely. Why not? Because there, that is why it is open to anyone and everyone. You don't even have to come from, Indian background. You can come from anywhere. So when you go there, first they will see, the teacher will observe your swabhava. That's the thing. He will study
Mm-hmm.
your nature and he will identify, because this nature is there already in every person has a particular nature. Means what? Which mode, material mode, is prominent in you, that is your nature.
Mm.
Whether mode of goodness is prominent, mode of passion is prominent, or mode of ignorance, or mixed modes, which is more prominent in you. And then once you recognize that, now for that, what type of activity should be given, that is already there in the scripture, dharma
Mm.
shastras. So based
Mm.
on that, you will train that person. Why? Because he has that nature. It will be natural for him to perform those duties. Whether
Yeah.
there is happiness or distress, it does not matter, because it's his nature. So
Mm.
he will just keep doing it without any.
Mm.
He doesn't have to struggle for that.
Mm.
It's his nature. He will. So that is why it's a very scientific way to educate people, and in by doing this, he's actually making progress spiritually.
But
So yeah.
Mataji, is it not possible that that person can have mixed natures? He could have some Brahminical qualities and some qualities of a Kshatriya, or some Brahminical qualities and some quality of a Vaishya. I mean, this is just.
So the guru will know what is prominent, and what exactly is it nature, is
Yeah.
his nature. Otherwise, why will Krishna say two times, he says in Bhagavad Gita,
Mm.
Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha. Matlab,
Mm.
Shreyan, what is auspicious for you, good for you. Swadharma. Swadharma is what? The dharma which is assigned to you by your guru, that is Swadharma. You cannot say, oh, many times we say, I'm a Kshatriya or I'm a Brahmana or I'm Vaishya because I have this mentality. We won't be able to say. It keeps
Okay.
changing. Like children also, you ask what you will become. Sometime they'll say, I want to be a doctor. After some time they'll say, I want to be a
Teacher.
bird watcher. After that, teacher. So many things they'll say. Keeps
Yes.
changing always. So if you tell, if you are going, if you start off to decide what is my varna, you won't be able to find out because it keeps
Yes.
changing. But the guru will be able to identify. He is the expert who knows, who can tell. Now, because the point is, we think whatever I'm good at, that's my varna, isn't it? If I'm able
Yes.
to do one activity nicely, this is my varna, I will think. But
Hmm.
what is Krishna saying? Shreyan swadharmo viguna. Viguna means you're not good at that. You're not doing it perfectly.
Hmm.
Just like, you just start learning to cook. You don't know, right? First time you start cooking, you start burning things and all that. Now, if you're not, because I'm not able to cook properly, cooking is not my cup of tea, I will go work, let my husband cook at home. Is that acceptable? No, it's not acceptable.
No.
So Krishna is saying, Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha. Even if
Hmm.
you are not good at your swadharma, you should stick to your dharma. Paradharmat swanushtitat. It is better to do your dharma even though faultily. It is better to do your own dharma than to
Then
do
others dharma.
someone
Then
else's
someone
dharma
is Dharma.
which you are able to do nicely. Swanushtitat.
Okay.
You're doing someone else's, like, let's say you're very good in administration, but you are a Brahmana. You've been given, assigned the duties of a Brahmana. Now you will say, I'm good at managing, so now I'll switch. Instead of pujari work, now I will become the temple president, I'll become the manager. No.
Oh, okay. Because this is what in Kali Yuga, so this is what people do. Okay, you're good at
Exactly.
it, you do this.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
That's why
wrong.
I was thinking.
And you know why? That is also very scientific. The whole purpose of doing your dharma is it will bring you to self realization that I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul. Think about it. If you stick to your duty, even though you're not good at it, you will just keep doing the same thing over and over and again. And while doing that, even if it is giving, sometimes it's giving you pain, sometimes pleasure, sometimes you're getting recognition, honored, and sometimes you're getting criticized. But under all circumstances, your determination is, this is my dharma, I have to do it. What is happening to you is, because of going through ups and downs and under all circumstances not giving up that duty, you will realize that you are different from this body. By holding on to your duty, you're coming to the mode of goodness. This quality of work in this consciousness, when you do, you'll be in the mode of goodness. In the mode of goodness will be born the realization that you're not this body or a spirit soul. On the contrary, what is happening in the world today, you switch jobs either because you're good at something or it's paying you more for one reason or the other. So, what is the reason for switching your job? It's a material consideration.
Yeah.
It's for material consideration you are switching. That means when you switch jobs, it keeps you on the bodily platform. You won't rise above the bodily platform if you keep switching either jobs or partners or whatever. People do that, right? Oh, this uh, spouse is not good, or sometimes even in devotees they give the excuse that my spouse is not favorable for my Krishna consciousness, another person is better, so I will give this up and I'll take that person, and I'm doing this to progress in Krishna consciousness. You won't progress in Krishna consciousness by doing that, because that brings you to the bodily platform. But if you tolerate the difficulty, what happens is, whether it is work or relationship or anything, if you stick to your dharma, that brings you to the mode of goodness. And in the mode of goodness, you can realize you're not this body or a spirit soul, which is actually the purpose of doing your dharma anyway.
So even if you are not good at it, by sticking to it, you come to the mode of goodness, you mean?
Yes, and in the mode of goodness, you will make spiritual progress. You will realize I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul. You're getting one step closer to Krishna consciousness.
Okay.
Simply by doing your work, not even counting your chanting and Bhagavatam, not all that. Simply by doing your work, your dharma, you're making progress. And what to speak of along with that, if you're also hearing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, chanting, how nicely you'll be progressing in spiritual life. But if you're doing these other things, chanting, you're doing, and then you're neglecting your dharma, switching here and there, that's bringing you to the mode of passion and ignorance. So passion and ignorance will interfere even with your chanting and your hearing. You won't be able to do that also properly. So everything is falling
That's true.
down.
Mataji, I have one more.
Thank you,
1 second,
Mataji.
Mataji. Okay, done, Parimamata.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
Yes,
Mataji.
sure.
Mataji, that's why our parents, grandparents, they stuck to one person. They don't know a lot of things, but they served. They served the person. You know, my mother served my dad. You know, I mean, whatever she did, with she took care of all the 9 kids, and I mean, she will be doing whatever she was doing. She didn't realize that she wouldn't even have time to go to the temple sometime. You know.
Yeah.
And she served whatever my father wanted. She will do her duty, and she will take care of us. So I think, you know, we have to get all kinds of that knowledge from our parents, grandparents, or parents. Just to tolerate something, instead of just within, you know, if it doesn't work out, we shouldn't quit. Just stick to it a little bit longer. You know.
That's what Krishna says. Yeah, just stick to it.
Yeah.
Actually, even up to the point of death, actually, if you stick to your dharma, that will actually simply, like, because you gave the example of your mother, a woman, a chaste lady, which a sannyasi gets, simply by doing her dharma, she gets that result. Can you imagine?
Mataji, I cannot hear you.
So dharma is
you are
so
muted.
important, and now in today's world, we just think it's of not importance. No.
Got cut.
That's why in the purport
I
also
mean, I
Srila
couldn't hear
Prabhupada,
you,
Mataji, we can't hear you.
Where your voice is not coming.
you're not hearing me now also?
No, before whatever you said, we didn't hear.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I was saying that dharma is so important that even simply like Vatsala Mataji was saying, you know, her mother just did her duties as a wife and as a mother. So Shastra tells us that a woman, if she's a chaste lady and if she does her duty in the mode of goodness, her dharma, she will get the same result as a sannyasi would get by doing his dharma.
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
Simply by doing her dharma, she'll get the same. So how important is dharma in society? So in a varnashram society, by culture, everyone follows his dharma. But now that is not there in society, right? Because Shastra, you follow Shastra. Varnashram system means it's coming from Shastra only. That is enjoyed. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. So many times he says, in 18th chapter also he says, and in the 4th chapter also Krishna is saying, Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam. So this Varnashram system is coming from the Lord only. You're following Shastra. But now we threw everything out, right? Whatever you feel like in your mind, whatever feels good, you do that. Then the results also will be like that only.
Yeah. I think everybody, even the guru has to lead them to the right path.
Yeah. Otherwise, how he's a guru? Guru
Yeah.
means he has to follow. Yeah. Shastra only, from Shastra only he will preach. Okay,
Yes,
Matajis. Thank
Thank
you
you.
all so much.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you very much, Archana Mataji.
Tomorrow we have class?
Yes, but tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, now I changed timings because evenings everyone has programs, weekends. So I said 3 o'clock afternoon, we will read Chaitanya Mangal, different, not Chaitanya Charitamrita. So
Chaitanya Mangal?
Chaitanya Mangal is another book by Lochandas Thakur. Like we have Chaitanya
Mataji,
Charitamrita
we are beginning Chaitanya Mangal. Is this the first session or you are already started with it?
I
Chaitanya
had
Mangal.
started it several weeks ago, maybe
Oh,
even months ago. So I
oh
will
my
have to
God.
certainly I will have to give a recap tomorrow and then continue.
Recap if it is there, we can.
But we covered only 3 songs and they're small songs. So I can give a recap tomorrow and start from there. But it'll be afternoon 3 o'clock we will do. I'm thinking Saturday and Sunday afternoon 3 o'clock. That's what I said. We decided 3 o'clock. Chaitanya Mangal we will do. And then we will finish by 4 o'clock, maybe a little early or 4. And then in the evenings you can attend your other programs. That's the
Sunday we
plan.
might go to temple now.
Yeah, 3 o'clock you go, Mataji?
I
Or you
think
have
we start here 3:30 because it's still a long way to go.
Yeah,
So
or we
Saturday
can
and
just do it.
Sunday we have the Chaitanya Mangal.
Yes, Mataji. I mean, it
Okay.
got discontinued for several weeks in between, but from tomorrow we will resume again. And
Okay.
mornings you're not coming, so no problem. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Morning is the
evening.
toughest time for me. I'm praying to Krishna.
I
Yes,
never heard Chaitanya Mangal. Tomorrow I'll join.
Yes, Mataji. And after Chaitanya Mangal, we already completed Chaitanya Bhagavat, but after we finish Chaitanya Mangal, we'll go back to Chaitanya Bhagavat. Very sweet. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
like, yeah, so we'll read that
Sure.
again.
Thank you,
Thank
Mataji.
you very much,
Very
Mataji.
nice.
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyascha pattitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo.
Namo Namo.
Thanks
Thank
a
you so much.
million.
Thank
Thanks
you,
a
Mataji.
million.
Thank
We
you.
are
Thank you.
benefiting so much from your talk. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.